Alright everybody, welcome in. This next deck I want to talk about is a red-black antibody deck. I came up with the idea based off a Detonation Resonate deck I did last season with Glavinus and Astalos. Sorry, I have a little allergies going on, so if I sniffle, I apologize. But the deck is based around Astalos on this one, and I decided to use Antibody because Astalos only has 5 HP, and he's pretty frail, so I decided to use Antibody to give him a little bit of shield, a little bit of health, and then also using the cards I get from exploring to buff him to unbelievable heights, and it actually does pretty well. The only deck it doesn't do well against is Dark Destruction. I've only won once out of 4 games against Dark Destruction. It's just the fact that everything is 5 or less MP, and he basically, if Astalos hits the field, it's getting destroyed. So let's go over the deck. There's actually 2 versions, which is just switching out one unit for another. So I'll go over the changes after I go over the main version of the deck. Here it is. Bush and Ryu, like always, it's in any Explore deck. Friendly unit with Explore uses Explore, and it gets -1 cost, but it can't go below 1. It's good to use on the death unit, the Explore on death units in this deck. Also, never a bad time to use it on a Hellbat to get a 1 cost detonation. Liberating Slash, staple in red, in a red based deck, 9 damage to a unit, not necessarily an enemy, sorry, but 9 damage to a unit, and then gives the hero 9 health. Helps you avoid things like Brainwash, things like that. Inborn Powers is a card I've been messing around with a little bit, experimenting with, throwing it into all these different decks that have a red base. I used it early in the last season, but I kind of got away from it for the Chaining Fists, but this moves a friendly unit to a random open board slot and then gives that unit +1/+1. At memory 2 it gains 1 HP, so it's good to avoid things like spikes or move a unit from one lane to another where it's about to get damaged pretty hard. Also the 1 MP is very good, especially when you have a 5 cap. It just gets you up there to play your next card pretty easily. Agent's Memory is a staple in any red deck now. Too bad it's a legendary because it's so expensive, but it's a staple. 2 damage to a hero, but at memory 7 it'll do 7 damage to a hero or a unit, which is really good. 2 Claire, when your explore count is 3 or higher, deals 6 damage to the unit in front. Again, then you can antibody her, she becomes a lane block, or a lane clear of a 10 HP unit, 9 HP unit. Enemy beater, she's perfect to destroy that. 3 Hellbat, best explore unit in the game, I still believe, because Detonation is a 2 cost, 6 damage to an enemy unit. If you get Bush and Ryu, it's a 1 cost. I run 1 Charlie. It's an idea. I haven't really got the way I want it to work, but it's okay. On death, it explores for combo, which gives combo to a friendly unit at a cost of 1. 2 Cody, at memory 4 he deals 4 damage amongst splits units, similar to Claire, but I use him as like a shield breaker. 3 Carlos, when played he explores for shield. Shield is a 1 cost, gives shield to a friendly unit, which is good. I use it at 3 because I like to put shields up, especially when you're going against something like a Ryu deck or a Rathalos deck. It's really good to avoid their burn cards, or a Jill deck as well, like red decks in general. 1 Valstrex, like a backup beater. He has flight, rush, and agility. Good pressure card, keeps it up. 1 Bolt Reaver's Valor, you can only run it at 1 actually. You sacrifice 3 life, gives the unit 3 attack. At memory 7 it gives that unit flight and agility. So you basically just want to use it to give Astalos agility at memory 7, and you're not going to have a problem hitting memory 7 in this deck. This is the card that could be switched out, and I'll show you the other option later. It's Torres Mendez. On death, he explores for Cruelty. Cruelty gives a friendly unit +2/+2 if there's an enemy unit with 4 HP or fewer on the field. Now people can see that as like a hindrance, because when are you going to guarantee that's a 4 HP on the field? But honestly, with cards like Claire and Cody and even Hellbat to do some damage, you're going to always have a unit at 4 on the field, most likely. Astalos is the main beater of the deck. He has Flight, and when played, you have to sacrifice 3 life, but he has Resonate, gain 1 attack. With all the exploring you're going to be doing, it's not a problem to get him up to astronomical heights. I talked about this card in the Nero deck, but Bloodbath Frenzy. Sacrifice 2 life, gives a friendly unit +1/+2. Not bad at all. Would make Astalos a 2/7. At Memory 2 gets an additional +1/+1. Go back. Astalos would become a 3/7 because Resonate. And then Astalos would become a 4/8 and get Spillover. And then at Memory 4, he does additionally the unit performs an additional instant attack. So I like to use this card. I'll hit and then I'll immediately proc it again for a follow-up quick attack. So that's the main deck I've been using. You'll see this one in the videos of the gameplay. It's very fun, very fast. The whole purpose of this deck is to get your 3 explorers quickly, get Astalos on the field, and just wreck before the opponent even has a chance to counter with anything. Here is the other version, and the only card I'm switching is I'm taking out, it's actually for more consistency. If you're finding that you can't get an enemy unit on the field with 4 HP or less, to use Cruelty, switch in Leon. He explores for Fighting Spirit on death, which gives a friendly unit +2/+2. So it's the same thing as Cruelty without the extra stipulation. Both decks work well. I like Mendez a little better because he has 3 attack, so he's a little bit more dangerous in the field. Granted, not much. 2 attack it's there, but the 3 sometimes it ends up making trades better. So I'm going to show the QR code here for a minute for the Leon version of the deck, because on the gameplay video portion I only have the QR code at the end for the one with Mendez. So we're going to jump over to that right now. So yeah, hang on a second, let me jump over to the video and we'll talk about some gameplay with this deck. Alright, for the first game, it's going to be against a number 131 Spike Launch. Gigante is still very strong deck, very high in this meta still. I see a lot of them. So this one's going to be on normal speed so I can talk a little better, but again, drop the Carlos right away. I don't have the MP to play with to sit and try to make combo plays, so and shield I feel is very important against Spike Launch, especially with a frailer unit like Astalos. So I get 2 shields up, and now I'm just kind of waiting it out. I don't want to waste the Bushin Ryu because that's my only other Explorer. So I'm going to try to bait it out a little bit, but I drop Astalos early to try to force the pressure, and then I'm going to start shielding to get lane pressure. I don't want to lose the Carloses. I don't want to lose them to the gates. I don't want to lose them and stuff like that. So I'm going to take a chance and try to get this Explorer in, and it works. So now I have Antibody ready, and my plan is to use it on Astalos as soon as possible. So now I'm just going to again shield to again keep lane pressure and build up that Antibody. So I'm going to keep it up. And now I have 15, and I'm going to have 2 shields plus Antibody. So I'm going to hit Astalos with it. And then here's the plan. Again, is to buff him up. And then right after he hits the leader, I'm going to use Bloodbath. And that's going to give me a quick win if he doesn't do anything to result. And there you go. He didn't even have a chance to use Spike Launch. Granted, he may have had a bad hand, but that's how it goes. Again, quick win. Don't want them to counter. This is against, I believe it's an Ouroboros Wesker. Yes, Ouroboros. So with Ouroboros, I know Detonation works a lot better to wipe units as soon as they hit the field, and then remove them from the game completely. So I dropped the Hellbat, and now I'm waiting for his actions to drop it. And this is going to be a weird one. It looks like it's going to be the Kami deck to me. I never can confirm it. Again, you don't want them to get set up, you don't want them to get going. The whole point of this deck is to just roll. Unfortunately, getting the 4 memory is going to be a little hard right now. He has no units on the field, and I've only used 2 actions. But luckily I get a second Inborn Power coming in, so I can at least get to 3 actions, and if I have to, I can use Agent's Memory to get the 4th one, so that I can use the Bloodbath. But I am stuck at 2 Explorers, but I get another Hellbat, so I can have 3 Explorers, 2 Detonation cards. Because at this point the Instant Explorer is going to just work a lot better. So I charge up my MP a little bit in case I do need to counter with a detonation right away. So I'm at 3 actions, unfortunately. So Bloodbath is not going to be as effective as I want it to be. But he decides to put a unit on the field. So that gives me an opportunity to use my detonations. And now I'm at 4 memory, so Bloodbath is in good to go, and I also have Antibody activation ready to go. So I'm gonna try to hold on to the last second here before I use Antibody. So Astalos is looking pretty beefy now, a 7-10, and then here comes the Bloodbath following right after the hit. He's going to be a 10-13 with an instant attack to put him at 8. 6. I don't think I have 7 yet to do the final kill shot, but here he's gonna just try to do a little desperation to stay alive as much as he can. Again, I don't know what he was going for with this deck. I don't know if this is the Cammy deck. I never saw her. But again, you don't want people to get set up with this deck. It's quick, go 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 go. So that's that. That's the Ouroboros. Bye bye. See you later. Here we are against a. Come on now, load up. Against a Dungeon deck, which is still pretty meta now with all the new help. So with Dungeon, I like to use Detonation to get cards like Leon and Ashley off the field, so he's not getting that extra damage. He goes for Chain Fist. I'm not worried about it. I have 3 Explore units in hand. So I know I'm going to hit my Explorers. It's just a matter of protecting Astalos while I can. So I decided to go for the shield now that I have at least 1 detonation out. That way when Astalos hits the field, he's protected from all those damage cards. See, I don't get why he has Charlie in this deck, because I've never really seen a Dungeon deck working off Explore and combo. But he has a detonation, and he has Chain Fist, and I say, go for it, man. I'm gonna blow up your thing right away. Could be risky by me, but you know what? I'm trying to get my memory cost up a little bit too, so. And flyers are a little harder to deal with, and I didn't want him to have to take damage from Astalos, and honestly I was trying to bait out his detonation card. So I get my 3 Explorers, and I also have 2 shields, Antibody. I'm ready to go. So again, I'm questioning some of the stuff he's doing here. I don't know why you would put combo on Charlie. It's not like he has an Explorer counter or anything, unless he's using an Ash, which is possible. But now I'm all set up. I have shields, I have Antibody. It's time to go for Astalos and just try to wreck house as quick as possible before Dungeon gets set up, before he can get the cards going. He drops a Leon, so that kind of explains why he's using a lot of Explorers, as he's trying to build up Leon's count. I drop Astalos in front of Leon to kind of block him, and then the AA for the shield, and then I'm going to just creep shielding him, and that's in hope to protect him from, again, getting the combo, so he doesn't get hit, and he'll be triple shielded in case he has some burn cards in his hand. So here we go. He drops another detonation, or another Hellbat to get detonation, which is fine with me. And again, here's me using Mendez. I luckily drew a second Bushin Ryu in hand, which is going to help a lot, so I can at least get 1 cruelty out of this. And as you can see, Leon has 3 HP, so I'm going to use Cruelty when I get a chance. I have 2 of them in hand actually, so I can use both of them if he happens to go for it, and he does. He uses the Hellbat to try to help himself out, and I decide, look, I'm just going to get rid of Leon. That makes sense for me. He's going to be a threat if I don't get rid of him, so I'll put it back up to 30, and I'll go to 13. It's not a problem. I'll just AA again as soon as it becomes available. I saw it was pretty close. Unfortunately, I didn't get the second Cruelty in, but that's fine. I also have an Inborn Power. So my plan here is to hold on for a second and just wait for a hit by Astalos, and then hit with Bloodbath Fury. And it just seems like this card is just winning games for me. He sees it's going to happen. He surrenders. Okay, good. That's 3 games in a row that card is really the strategy has come to fruition. The only thing would be better if it had combo on it. And here's against Tenkoha 0. So here we go. Again, Tenkoha, they're going to have quick units. He's probably going to have, I'm assuming it's going to be a black purple, but who knows? There's a lot of Tenkoha decks that run mono purple. So the plan is to have as much detonation cards as possible, or much damage dealing cards as possible, to remove his units as soon as they hit the field before he has a chance to do anything. So it looks like he's running a 4s version. He steals my Hellbat, and then he also gets the hit, which causes Hunk to get buffed up. But now that I have 3 Explorers, I can at least do something. Hunk needs to go right away, so I'm trying to bait him into getting him off the field. He drops an Oro, which is very smart, by the way, but I'm going to remove Hunk, at least try to. And I explore for combo here, just to get another unit in hand. I'm going to try to like sit this one and wait just slightly, take a little bit of damage. That's the thing with Joe, sometimes you have to take some damage in order to get the big plays later. And I feel that probably Carlos is going to be my best bet to drop in front of Oro. But I dropped Cody first to get rid of Hunk. The plan was to at least have Hunk run into him and be eliminated. But as you can see, Oro is just piling up the damage. And I know when he drops his next unit that he doesn't have any more 4 MP units in hand, so I could just focus on removing the Oro right away. So this is a little tricky play right here. I wait till the very last second when he uses Tenkoha. I get what he's trying to do, and as he was doing that, I was holding my finger down on Carlos to give him a combo because I knew the 2 hits would get rid of Oro. For minimal damage, Carlos will still be alive on the field, which is nice. I could have given Carlos shield. I didn't want to waste it because I saw I had Astalos in hand. But here we go. So I have Carlos in hand, or Carlos out in the field, ready to do some damage. He steals Charlie, so I decided to just drop Valstrex in front of 4 Eyes to keep going, and I'm just going to try to write it out here. But I know in order for him to counter that with the Tigrex, that he would have to seal him, and I'd be able to at least get the victory, and there we go. So that's this deck. It's very fun to play. Here's the QR code with Mendez. But thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, let me know what else you want to see. A deck building video is on the way, so you guys take care, have a good one, and again, sorry, some allergies going on. Good night.